my hand so we can do it again. Take my hand.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming on my show. Thank you. Favor Oimbo, how are you doing today? Good morning or good afternoon, wherever it is that you are. As you're coming in, I want you guys to do me a favor. Go ahead and share this video. Let's get more people connected. Omoyemi Akins, how you doing? Taju Osage, Comfort, Spotify, how you doing? God bless you. Osaka, Jonah, Mamanie, Taiwo Yelade, how are you doing? May the good God Almighty bless everyone as you're coming in. And as you're coming in, I want you to do me a favor. Please share this video. Oyeladun Kent. God bless you. Thank you very much, Olori Oluwakemi. Good morning. Omoyele. Thank you very much. God bless you. Azan. God bless you. Jibola. God bless you. Good evening from the UK. Oyiwo. All right. I got you. You guys are in the evening. We are in the almost afternoon right now. Yemisi Akinteju. God bless you. Odun Ayo. God bless you. Ezena. God bless you. Thank you very much. Promise John. How are you today? As you guys are coming in, please go ahead and share this video right on your page. Let's get so many people connected. Ali Matthew from YouTube. Thank you very much, Johnny from YouTube. God bless you. Promise John. Thank you. Rosie. Thank you very much. Kenny Akins. God bless. Kenny Akins, sorry. Timmy T. How you doing? God bless you. D Moore. Oyetunji. God bless you. Abidemi. Okay. All right. Let's get to the business of today. God bless you. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate everybody for coming. Thank you very much. I really love you guys so much. Today we want to talk about relationship. And like I always say, relationship is complicated. We have to take it easy. We have to be very careful the way we walk it. I've been saying this all the time. I am here working for the men. I want we men to enjoy our relationships. I want us to have peace. And for us to be able to get to that point, we need understanding. We need to sacrifice. We need the right education. We need humility to be able to get to that point. And we need to walk with God. And walking with God is actually the most important of it all. If we can walk with God, you can allow God to walk with you, allow the Spirit of God to manifest through you, and you have the love of God in your heart. It will be very easy for us to live together. Ìfẹ́ ló mú ènìyàn mẹ́fà gbénú ilé kó tó pọ̀. Interpretation is love. Love will make 20 people to live inside of a small house. The moment there is love, there will be hope. The moment there is love, there will be peace. When there is love, there will be understanding. And when there is love, there will be endurance. And when there is love, there is going to be total submission, total respect, understanding, and the communication will actually flow well when love is in it. And we're not just talking about love as a feeling. I'm not talking about love as a feeling. I'm talking about love as in God Himself, living in our hearts, dwelling within us. We are supposed to be the temple of God. It's supposed to dwell on the inside of every one of us. To be a real man, you need God. To be a real woman, you need God. To actually go from the office of an ordinary man to that office of a husband, you need God. And likewise, a woman too. You need God to become a real wife. So today, we are going to be looking at a different topic. A man spoke with me. And, normally when I actually make my, when I put all these posts on Facebook, people do accuse me of cracking, making fun of those things. I will crack a joke. I will laugh. Most of the time, you will not see me counsel. You won't see me post anything that is actually connected to whatever it is that they're going through. And people believe that I'm mean. I'm not really mean because I'm a professional counselor, and I always encourage people to sign. They sign up with me, book a session with me. I will be able to counsel you and teach you what you need to do. Um, so this man is not uh, ready to make the payment. He's not ready to sign me as his counselor. So he said, okay, why don't you do it on a show? Put it on a show, do it on a show. Let me know exactly what you feel and what do you think I should do. Now, the story is very long, but I'm going to break it down and I'm going to summarize it all. And I will be able to allow people to call in also, if you want to call in to um, contribute on the show. She cannot leave. All right, the woman is willing to leave. The woman came up one day and said, honey, I think I'm tired. I need to leave this relationship. So many of us were there. So many. We have been in the relationship for too long, or so many years, and it seems like the relationship is not bringing any kind of fruit. The relationship is not blessing your life. It seems that you're giving. You are not receiving. And it seems like the love is one-sided. You are the one giving the love, you are not receiving the love. You are the one helping, you are not being helped. You are the one maintaining peace. Peace is not in your heart. So many of us are actually discouraged. We are actually so discouraged right now that we feel like giving up in our relationships. In our relationships. All right? So many of us are there. So this woman got to that point where she made up her mind and said, you know what? I think I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. Sometimes you need to sit people down. And you need to ask them, why do you really want to leave? What exactly have you done? What have you done to prevent this from happening? And they're going to actually sit you down and they'll open up their mouths and then you will be able to listen to their stories. You see, I'm done criticizing people. See, I'm done blaming people. I've listened to too many stories in my life. I read too many stories in my life that have brought me to this point in my life that I have stopped blaming people for whatever it is that I see them do. People do things based on what they are actually going through or what they've been through. The reaction of somebody is based on what they've been through, what they passed through in life. Sometimes you don't want to blame people. Recently, somebody said, I don't like pastors. They don't like pastors because of what they've been through. Some people say, I don't like church. They don't like church because of what they've been through. Some people say they're done with Christianity. They're done with Christianity because of what they've seen. People see a lot. They go through a lot. They've been through so much. So many things have ruined a lot of people's lives. Many of our people are broken from the experience they've seen in church or they've been through. Sometimes I think we need to just first of all stop and walk in the shoes of these people. If you cannot listen to their story, don't judge them from afar. When you look at them from afar off and you judge them based on what you see them say, hear them say, or what you see them do, you may be making a big mistake. That one day, you yourself will actually get into that shoe and you'll not believe it. And that's when you realize, so this is exactly what they've been through. And this is how actually they're feeling at that point in time. Many women are actually right on that spot right now. They want to give up. They just want to move on in their lives. And there are so many other people who will not allow them to move. Don't allow them to move. Because they feel like, okay, it's not yet time. You can't just leave. We have to try some more. And these people will tell you, I've tried enough. I think I've taken it for about 15 years. I've been in it for 10 years. I've been in it for 20 years. And they have received a lot. They have taken a lot. They have given it all. Some people don't even have anything to give anymore. They have invested it all. Everything. But it seems that this is never going to work for them. Am I supposed to now, as a pastor, tie them down in such a kind of a relationship that they are totally empty? They have given it all. They got nothing more to give. The love is dry. Nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. They have prayed. They have fasted. They have endured. They've done things that they are not supposed to even do. I'm not going to lie to you. Some women have been raped. Some women have been beat up, injured, broken. Some don't even have self-esteem. It's not like they have low self-esteem, but the self-esteem is not even there anymore. Some of them have been abandoned. Yes, ma'am. Insulted, ridiculed, and they've taken it all. The church didn't help. We use the scripture to tie them down without listening to their stories. God hates divorce. That's the very first thing we will say. But if we can take a minute to just listen to the stories of these women or these men, it's possible for us to be able to know exactly what they're going through or what they've been through, and for us to be able to feel them. And feel them. Many of them right now are just walking all around. They are still locked up inside of their minds. So many of them, they're living life like a dead man or a dead woman. So many of them don't even have hopes for the future. Many of them couldn't achieve anything because they are slaves of their minds. Many of their kids have been affected. And those kids are there, injured, broken into pieces. But we refuse to take a time or a minute to let them talk. When they talk, you know what to preach. When they talk, you know how to advise them. But instead of allowing them to talk, we always take over the stage just to preach the Bible to them. We preach the Bible to them. But that won't work at all. So this woman got to a point in her life that she said to her husband, "It's time for me to go. I need to leave. I'm leaving." You know, I'm leaving. I cannot continue like this. You see, that statement, "I cannot continue like this," it's deep. You know, I come to understand that ever since I've been counseling, that when people say, I can't continue this way, I can't do this anymore. Sometimes we don't understand it. Sometimes we just believe that they're just saying it off of the tongue. We don't understand that these people have gone through a lot of moments of thinking. They've gone through slapping themselves in the face, across the face. They've gone through sleepless nights. They're waking up in the middle of the night to stay in the bathroom and looking at the mirror. Do you know people stare at the mirror like hours, just looking at themselves in the mirror? You don't understand. If you have never understand that, you can't understand how painful life is sometimes when people sit in the bathroom and look at themselves in the mirror for hours. For hours. It's not just the marriage. I'm talking about life in general. Sometimes life is just unfair. Sometimes life is just wicked. It's just so dangerous, so unfair, that you will stare at yourself in the mirror for hours and you will think about how brilliant you used to be when you were very young. And you think about how happy you used to be before you got married. You think about all of those plans that you had. And you look at yourself in the mirror and you see it fading away right in your face. Right in your face. And you see your life being thrown in the trash, even while you are alive, in your own lifetime. And you look at everything you've worked for. You look at all the suffering you've been through. You look at all of those endurance you've done. You look at all the sacrifices you've made. And everything is actually fading away right, bit by bit, right in your own face. You don't know people stare at themselves in the mirror, do you? Do you? Do you know people lie down on the bed and close their eyes? And you pass by and you think they're sleeping, but they're not. But they're not. Do you know that people go days and months without sleep, and they walk around in their living rooms and lifting up their eyes and crying and weeping all day long? And they get in the shower, and the shower is actually running with tears. And when they drive with a broken heart. But the moment they get in front of the church, they have to put up a smiling face. When you get in front of their office, they have to change their countenance and start smiling. When they get to the office, when they get to the school, they have to change and smile. Then for them to get back in their car and drive home in bitterness. You don't understand that bitterness is the food of some people. Sorrow is the food of some people. Tears all the time, that it's not possible for them to eat 3 square meals in a day. It's not because they don't have the money. It's not because they don't have the energy to cook, but it's just not flowing. Just not what they want to do. It's just not what can gladden their hearts. You'll never believe it. So when they tell you, I can't do this anymore. You see, when people say, I can't do this anymore, it means they've gone through all what I've actually laid down to you right now. They've gone through it all. And I'm not talking about 2 weeks, 3 weeks thing. I'm not talking about 1 month kind of thing. I'm talking about years. I'm talking about 15 years. I'm talking about 25 years. I'm talking about 10 years. I'm talking about years. That's what I'm talking about. And when they say, no, I can't take it anymore, that's emergency. You know, when you go to Nigeria and you say you have malaria, they treat malaria like it's nothing. When you come to America and you say you have malaria, it is emergency. They take care of malaria like as if to say it's coronavirus. Coronavirus. That's the way they take it. That's emergency. When you hear a woman say, I'm done, or you hear a man say, I'm done, I can't just take this anymore. At that point in time, that's a that's a desperate statement. A statement of I can do anything just to get done. I can do anything to be done with this. I just want to be free. I don't know how freedom is for some of us, but for me, I can do anything for my freedom. Do you know why people kill themselves sometimes when people commit suicide? They have done the thinking. They've gone up, down, left, and right. They've stared at themselves in the mirror for years. They've sat down on the toilet seat to think for hours many times. They lie down on their bed facing the ceiling, thinking all day long, all night long. And they could not find an escape route. You will never believe it. There are some times that escape route is actually not just there. You just can't find a way out of the situation. You just can't. You just sit down there, you can't even find a way out of the situation, and you're just right in the middle of it. It was just like Ezekiel found himself in the valley of dry bones, and he said to God, he said, everything is totally dry. No life. No life. No life. So the only escape route that they could see is for me to just die. That if I die, I will have peace. If I can just take my own life, I will have so much peace. I can be gone. I don't have to face this tomorrow. I don't have to do this tomorrow. I don't have to suffer like this tomorrow. I don't have to go through this pain again tomorrow. I don't have to go through this humiliation tomorrow. And when they say it to themselves, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. That the only solution that they could see is, you know what, let me just go. Because by the time I die, it's going to cover everything. Nobody's going to know what I've been through. Nobody's going to know what I've suffered. Nobody's going to know what I've hidden. Nobody will know what I've covered. Nobody will know the secret of our marriage. I'll just be gone. And he is going to have peace. Or she will have peace. There's a lot. When your marriage is good, when you're having so much, having so much, you believe it's impossible for people to go through this. Well, it's not. So they think death is going to be the escape route. They couldn't find any way. They couldn't find any other escape route. So the only way they feel they're going to be saved is by committing suicide. And when you listen to the story of these people, you'll be shocked. And the way they would describe it, I asked one young man one time, I said, you're intending to kill yourself? He said, yes. I said, what's the plan? What's the plan? He said, I'm thinking of actually driving to a very far distance just to go there and kill myself. I said, how will you do that? You stab yourself with a knife? He said, no. You're going to shoot yourself in the head with a gun? He said, no. You're going to put a rope and tie yourself and hang yourself? He said, no. I said, what are you intending to do? Do you want to jump off the bridge into the water and go get drowned? He said, no. He said, I already bought the right poison. I'm just going to drink it and I'll sleep and I'll wake up. When you listen to this, you'll be so shocked that people are not that strong. And it's not because they are not strong, it's just because the problem is just too much on them. And then you remember what the scripture says, that the kind of temptation that is above you will not come over you. May we not. May we not experience anything that is beyond our capacity and ability. May we not walk in the shadow and the valley of death. It's not a sweet experience. So this woman got to a point in her life and said, you know what, I can't take this anymore. I can't. It's not something I signed up for. Coming into marriage, I believe marriage is supposed to elongate my life. I believe marriage is supposed to bless me. I believe marriage is supposed to be like someone that will compliment me. I believe marriage is supposed to give me so much peace. But this is not it. Now, this young man brought this woman to America. You see, this bringing thing. I want to talk about it for just a little bit. Now, a lot of people believe because you brought me, all right, you filed for me, you paid my ticket to come to America. They believe they've done you the biggest of the biggest favor in life. Don't get me wrong. It's a big thing to bring somebody. But it's not the biggest. It's not something you should sit on. It's not something you should say, you know what, I brought you, you're supposed to be my slave. You're supposed to worship me the rest of your life. If you didn't bring me, somebody else is going to bring me. It's possible for me to get a visa by myself. And I'll come without anybody taking the glory of God. I see this thing they reoccur all the time. I brought him. I fight for her. I brought him. I fight for her. We want to turn the other person to a slave forever. We want him to actually be locked down. 24/7 of his life, that he must remember that. Oh, he brought me, then I cannot be myself. I have to be a slave because of that. He has done a big favor that even what God could do. Then we repeat that. I brought her, I brought him. So that person should worship you the rest of his life. And you know one funny thing? That same stuff has locked a lot of people in the prison of life. So many women are stuck in homes today because he brought me here. Many men have been ridiculed because she filed for me. Because she filed for me. They couldn't talk. They couldn't express themselves. Because every time they raise up their hand to want to say something, they remember, she filed for me. Oh, he brought me. So we use it against people. We use that to intimidate people. We use it to make them feel bad. Every time they say something to defend themselves, then we remind them, I brought you here. You are formerly suffering somewhere. Then I brought you here. You're supposed to worship me. You can't say that to me. You cannot disrespect me. You can't reject my counsel. When I tell you to do something, you're supposed to do. When I say jump, you're supposed to ask me how high. Because I brought you. And every time people remember that, they swallow whatever it is that they're about to spit. They swallow it. Then they put them inside of that slavery. And the rest of their lives, they will continue to remember. And some of the women will come to me and say, Pastor Shola, I want to file a divorce, but he brought me. Pastor Shola, I want to file a divorce, but my wife filed for me. My wife fight for me. Do you know you can bring someone here and you can maltreat that person and that person can decide to walk away? You are not supposed to use that part of you bringing them here against them. Your character is bad. Your attitude is terrible. You are not the kind of a woman that that man should get married to. He's not the kind of a husband she should have. And the moment you brought them here doesn't mean they're going to be married to you forever. The moment they get to that point where they say, you know what, I can't take this anymore. They can't. You can't bring somebody here and then maltreat them and make them, and you think that they're going to be happy. You can't bring a man here and start slapping the man and believe the man will continue to say, I love you. All because you brought them here. You can't bring a woman here and you continue to abuse, insult her, and she'll continue to marry you and say, I love you because you brought me here. You brought me here doesn't mean you bought me. I am not your slave. You didn't pay for me. I followed you because I believed in you. If I didn't follow you, you will still not be able to bring me. I accepted the invitation to come. The two of you have done yourself a favor. You know, you were fortunate to have the green card. And she's beautiful. She's beautiful where she was in Nigeria. And you couldn't find a wife here in America. With all the women in America, you couldn't pick one of them. You have to go all the way to Nigeria to find a very beautiful woman, well-trained, well-cultured. And she agreed to come. I always tell people this. Every time a man says, will you marry me? He has not done you a favor. Because that question is, will you marry me? The only answer that will make the marriage to proceed is if you say yes. And you could choose to say no. If you have said no, then the question is useless. There will not be marriage. So the woman is actually the one that is actually accepting the offer. If she refuses the offer, it means marriage will be over. So, when a man asks, will you marry me? That's not the greatest of the greatest question in life. The greatest of the greatest answer is when the woman replied, yes, there is a way. Because there is no way you can force a woman to marry you without her acceptance. And likewise, you cannot bring me from Nigeria if I didn't accept to follow you. I have accepted the offer to follow you. We got married and you brought me here. And we are here. You cannot use that statement against me. I brought her here for me now to become a slave in your home. I cannot continue to thank you. Because you bought me a car doesn't mean I'm going to have to thank you the rest of my life. The moment I say thank you for buying me the car, you should take that one and go and kiss transformer. Don't expect me to see you tomorrow and start prostrating again. Don't expect me to see you another 1 month and start prostrating. You gave it to me. It's a gift. And I've actually accepted it and I've already said thank you. Don't be expecting me to now start bowing down to you tomorrow. That means that gift is not just a gift from your heart. That gift is a conditional gift. You want to take advantage of me, take control of me, rule me. That kind of a gift is because you want to rule me. That's a poisonous gift. That's the kind of a gift that will lock me up in the prison for the rest of my life. That's the kind of a gift that will make me to feel guilty the rest of my life. That's the kind of a gift that will not make me to be able to be free around you the rest of my life. That's a conditional gift. And that's a selfish thing to control me. And every time I say something, you will say, but I gave you a car. Every time I say something, but I sent you to college. Every time I say something, but I gave you $200. Every time I say something, you always want to remind me that gift. That gift is not from your heart. That gift is a snare. Bringing me to America is not supposed to be a big deal. We got married. You love what you saw. You asked me, will you marry me? I accepted yes, and you brought me here, and we're living our life. If you treat me right, I will not say anything. If you allow me to have a voice, there won't be any kind of problem. If I'm able to live my life with you, then everything will be fine. But if you are maltreating me, and I raise up my hand to say something, and you bring that particular issue of you brought me here, then you are a wicked man, and you're a wicked woman. You're a wicked woman, very wicked. Wicked man and a wicked woman. The moment you think about I brought him here, I brought him here. Somebody brought you here too. They didn't sit on your neck. So many of you will get your green card through other people, and then when somebody wants to marry you, you say, I can't marry someone without green card. I can't marry someone without green card. You know what I'm saying? Very funny. Well, so this young man said, I brought him here. I brought her here. I've invested into her. I sponsored her education. So she cannot leave. You see, this statement has killed a lot of women. A lot of women killed this statement. You know, so many women will walk and walk and walk. They throw their own lives away. They throw their own lives away. They face the life of the man. They help him to build. They build houses together. They start companies together. They invested in things together. Then a day came and the man said, you know what, I don't love you anymore. You got to leave. And the woman will say, I cannot leave. I'll rather die here. I've invested my whole. Oh my God. I've invested my whole inside of this relationship. Where will I go? How about my 20 years? How about my 30 years of investment? And they will just hold on to the man until they die. I always advise people, there is no amount of investment that can be compared to your life. If you value your life, you will not hold on to material things. There are some people out there, they are very heartless. That was the case of a woman who locked up her husband from going out, and the man said, I'm going to leave you. He said, you cannot leave me. How about these 4 kids? You can't leave. I bought the house in your name. I invested money. I did this. I did that. And she locked up the man, and the man pushed her as she hit her head, boom, on the coffee table, and she died. And the kids we're talking about, the oldest of the kids is just only 9 years old. 9 years old is the senior brother of the rest of them. She died instantly. $10 million? $50 million? What's the value of your life? Can you compare your life with money? Or should you even think about money over your life? One thing I always think about in my life is that I'm actually not afraid to start again, because if I'm able to get to this point in my life And if somebody should take everything I've worked for, I can actually reproduce it. I did it the first time, I can repeat it, regardless of the time. Actually, I don't need a lot to be happy and to live my life. You can take everything. You can walk away with all. But I'm going to survive. I have my education. I have my head. I have my strength. And I can still make it. But you see, this statement has killed a lot of women. Where will I go and start from? I've invested all. I've invested a lot. I gave him all my life. I know. It's painful, yeah. It's painful, you know. 25 years, and people, when they mention the years, you're going to be shocked. But how come? You guys live together for 20 years? You live together for 30 years? How come this is happening? This is not supposed to happen. But how come is this happening? How come you guys found yourself here? How did you guys get to this point? After 30 years of marriage? Come on. But it happens. It's funny. But we see it happen all the time. Sometimes we don't even know what's causing it. Sometimes the wife may not know, the husband may not know. They just found out, they're just right there. And that's why we Nigerians always lie on powers and principality. Oh, it's powers and principality, blah, 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 blah. No. When you sit down very well and you ask questions, you will find out that they have been sweeping things under the carpet for so long. If in your marriage you always love to sweep things under the carpet instead of you discussing it, you are actually heading for the rock. You are going down and you don't know. You think all is well, but all is not well. Every time you sweep something under the carpet, you're building a bomb that is going to explode later down the road. Right? And by the time it will explode, then you start lying on powers and principalities, blaming it on witches and wizards. But it's not. It's not. I brought her here. That was the very first word, the first statement, sorry. I brought her here to US. It means that because I brought her here, she's supposed to be with me forever. I'm going somewhere. Because I brought her here, it means that she must be loyal to me forever. I brought her here means that regardless of whatever I've been doing, she's still supposed to be married to me. I brought her here. You know what I'm saying? It means that you are my slave. That even if I slap you, if I beat you, you should still remain. So I decided I need to know why. Why will a woman that was brought from Nigeria that's supposed to be loyal? Why will a woman that was brought from Nigeria that's supposed to be connected? Why will a woman brought from Nigeria that's supposed to be in love with his wife, why will she say, I am tired of this, I got to go? So I made a phone call to the woman. Yeah, because before I'm going to bring this stuff to the online, before I actually discuss it, I need to know the two sides. Then I can cancel you guys a right, and I'm going to teach other people too a lesson. I made a phone call. And the woman asked me, did he tell you that we have been married for 25 years? I said, no. I said, yes, 25 years of marriage. And I've taken it all. I've taken it all. I said, my husband is a cheat. He can sleep with anything in his skirt. I was in school. I was working full-time job. My husband was doing nothing. He brought me from Africa to come and work for him. Before I got here, he was actually living with a woman. And when I got here, I lived with myself, by myself, inside of a one-room apartment, a studio apartment, all by myself for 3 years. I had to go and work under the table job to pay the rent. And by the time I finished my CNA course and I got a job, my husband moved in with me. And then we started living together. So ever since then, he will say he's driving Uber. He's not bringing home any money. I pay the bills. Pastor Shola, 25 years of our life, we live inside of the same apartment complex. We only moved from the studio to a one-bedroom house, one-bedroom apartment. The same apartment, 25 years. I went to school, I became a nurse, and I'm working. I submit my money to him as the head of the family. The sister said, Pastor Shola, I said, Ma, my husband will get drunk every night and sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon before waking up. I will be at work by then. I will drop off my kid at the daycare. I will pick up my kid from the daycare on my way back. Get home and cook for this man, and he will still want to sleep with me. This guy was arrested of touching somebody inside of Uber inappropriately. And he could have rotten in jail, but he was bailed out. He slept with many sisters in our church. And the pastor asked us never to come to church again. I've not been able to send money to my parents just because we are helping his own parents. And I've been thinking about this for the past 25 years. He brought me here. I need to be loyal. He brought me here. I need to stay connected. He brought me here. And that was his first statement too. I brought her here. And that statement is so funny to me that that statement can lock you up and you're going to be a slave in your mind for the rest of your life. How could you be in America for 25 years and you're not able to help your own family? How could you work so hard? You went to school at the same time working, paying the bills in the house, and you're not able to send a dime to your parent because you are handing over your paycheck to a man who gets drunk every night? Sleeping around the place and all kinds of stuff, slept with sisters in the church that you guys have to be kicked out of church. That kind of humiliation. And the second thing he said, I sponsored him in school. And the lady said, sponsor me in school? How? I was working paying my bills. And I was working to pay my tuition. I borrowed money to finish. I took my board exam 3 times before I passed. How did he sponsor me? And I asked the guy. He said, while she was doing her exam and studying, sometimes I stay with the kid. Sometimes I will go out and just do some certain things just to give her the space to read. So I did sponsor her, even though I didn't give her money. I actually encouraged her, and I looked up and down. So many women and so many men, they're living in bondage. They're living in bondage. This man didn't want her to leave because that is the pot of his soup. If the woman should leave, nobody will pay the bills. If the woman should leave, nobody will cook for him. If the woman should leave, there will be no money to drink. If the woman should leave, there will be no money to carry the girlfriends. If that woman should leave, there's going to be no money to help his family in Nigeria. So, she cannot leave. She said something eventually, and that got me thinking. And that was, if she should leave, I will finish her. This is deep. This is just so deep that a lot of people are running crazy right now. So many people are running so crazy. A lot of people are afraid for their lives. They don't even know exactly what to think about, what to expect, or whatsoever. Because, see, this man can do anything to harm this young woman. Give you 25 years of her life. I don't know exactly what her age is going to be right now, but she served you 25 years of her life, served you, gave you her money, paid bills, cooked, had sex with you, took care of your kids, and she couldn't do nothing for her own parents. She gave everything to you. No wonder she said, I've given it all. I've given it all. And a lot of women have been giving it. They're giving it, they're giving it, they're giving it, and they're giving it. Men do give too. Giving it, giving it, giving it. They couldn't get anything back. Couldn't get anything back. And at the time when they say, you know what, I'm tired, I can't continue like this, then the next thing is that I will finish you. If you leave, I will finish you. If you leave, I will deal with you. If you leave, I will kill you. Well, luckily, this is the land of law. So, I didn't advise both of them yet. I only listened to the stories. But I believe the young man is listening right now. You might think I'm taking the side of your wife at the moment. No, I'm not. I'm just speaking the truth. For me, if I really want to cancel your wife, I will tell her to file a restraining order against you. That's number one. I will tell your wife to divorce you and do it like it's hot. And I will tell your wife to report this case to the police. Let them know that there is a threat against her life. And if anything should happen to her, this is the person to be arrested. And if I'm your wife, I will call your parents and report the whole stuff to them. And if I'm your wife, I'm going to go far away from you because you're selfish, you're wicked, you're a slave master, you're a manipulator. I'm telling you. You would think I'm taking the side of your wife, but I'm not. I'm telling you the truth right now. Because you brought her here doesn't make her to be your slave. No, she's not. You should be thanking God for the kind of woman that God has given unto you, that she's very hardworking. You should celebrate her. And how should you celebrate her is by you taking yourself to work and work so hard to become the breadwinner of the home. So it's possible for her to rest and take care of your children. That's exactly what you should do. If I'm you, I will be very loyal to her. I will be faithful. A woman that is hardworking, went to school, passed the exam, got a good job, paying the bills. By now, I will be so happy that I'll be very loyal and faithful to her. She didn't hire me as a counselor yet. So this that I'm saying, I'm only saying it on here for everybody to listen to it. Okay. I'm going to open my telephone number for those that would love to call in. What do you think? What do you think this young lady should do? What do you think? My telephone number is 405 550 5135. 405 550 5135. That is my telephone number. Let me put it up so you can see it. Alright. You'll see this telephone number on the screen. When you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the telephone number. 405 550 5135. That is the telephone number to reach me in the studio. You have something to say. You have something contrary. Because if I'm your wife, I'm reporting you right now to the police. You're a wicked man, a wicked soul, and I will divorce you without thinking about it. For real. For real. Telephone number is 405 550 5135. For those who would love to call in, you want to call in to contribute on this show, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do so at this time. 405 550 5135. If you're calling from outside of the US, you can put +1 in front of the number. +1 405 550 5135. If you're calling within the US, you don't have to put anything. All right. I think I have somebody from Canada here. Hello. Hello, madam.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for all you do for homes. God bless you, sir.
Good morning, ma. Yes, ma.
The advice I have for this woman is this.
Yep.
She has given her for, she has given 25 years of life for this marriage.
Yes.
And showing that the marriage is not working.
Yeah.
Please, she should move away. One, she should get a restraining order from this man so that one day the man will not just kill her. The man may kill her because he said he's going to finish her. He can do it and not do it. So the woman will go there. Tell the woman to get a restraining order from the cops so that it does not get hurt in this process. And if it's possible, please tell this woman to move on with her life. She's better without this type of man. And it's unfortunate. We have a lot of those type of cases where I live, where they hand over their paycheck to the men. To be responsible. Handing over your check to a man is not a problem. But to an irresponsible man, it's a big thing. And these women are abused. They don't want to live because of their children. They are not happy and everything. Just keep on doing what you are doing, sir. Please. Yeah. And women, we should follow ourselves senses, though.
All right.
God help us all.
Yeah, thank you, ma. All right. Let's pick up this call. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Shola.
Good afternoon, ma. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Omotunde Anjorin.
Okay.
My advice to that woman is just to first move out of that house.
Mm-hmm.
even before finding that spot, because she needs to take care of herself,
Mm.
mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Because now I know she'll be down, she'll
Mm.
be depressed, and that can cause a lot of damage on her.
Yeah.
So the best thing is for her to go and report police station, get the training orders, and let her take care of herself first.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
my advice for her, because it's not easy for a woman to go through that stress and she don't have a joy or
Mm.
happiness, because for now she doesn't have happiness.
Mm-mm.
And women, what we don't know is that we have to love ourselves before any other person.
I know.
We have to appreciate who we are.
Yeah.
If you appreciate who you are and you love yourself,
Mm.
everything will follow. But
Yes.
because we don't appreciate ourselves,
Mm.
that's the reason we are always in this problem.
Yeah.
Like me, I always appreciate myself.
Mm.
But it's not a fault for you to be married,
Mm.
but to be happy and appreciate who you are.
Yeah.
Then you will feel on top of the world.
Mm.
Nothing will disturb you or will disturb your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my advice to her. Let her love herself, appreciate herself.
Mm.
Then she'll be able to move forward and forget about the man.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you very much,
Thank
man.
you so much, and the Lord will continue to bless you and strengthen you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much for calling. God bless you.
And you too, sir.
Bye. The telephone number is still home. 405 What do you say? How do you fix this? I really don't want to be mean, but if I say what actually is on my mind, people will think I'm a mean guy and stuff. And African men don't like me before anyway, so I don't want them to continue to hate me. But there are so many of them who are in love with me, and they know I tell them the truth. There are some lazy ones that may not want to listen to the truth. They will say, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah," and stuff. I hate that guy. I hate that guy, or whatever. All right, but the issue is just that it's so simple. It's so simple, very, very simple stuff. As a man, you cannot just continue to live with a woman and don't work. And you believe you brought a slave and you want to just make her to be a slave in her mind. All right? By saying, I brought her here, I brought her here. All right, let's speak this call here. Hello?
Good afternoon, Pastor Shola.
Good afternoon.
My name is Daniel.
All right, you want to contribute on the show?
Well, you said it now, Pastor Shola.
Yeah.
Just so knowing that such a man couldn't recognize the gift that God gave him.
Mm.
I'm sitting here and wondering where he would have been if he had just maximized the woman by caring, by loving, by supporting,
Yeah.
by just being the man that he should be.
Yeah.
The point is, he's going to regret it. You'll end up being a failure at the end. So my advice is you should move on, step up, and achieve the best that you can. The man is not worth it.
Sir,
Thank you, Pastor.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much for being frank. All right. One day, my husband said, listening to you is leading me in the wrong direction. Adeomo Wumi, be very careful of that, your husband. That your husband is not normal. All right. Anyone that is telling you that what I'm saying here is not right, that person is not normal. All right. If you refuse to respect you, honor you, celebrate you, and we're talking about it all the time, for them to do so, and they're talking about is leading you towards the right direction, that person is not normal. I'm telling you, you better be very careful of that, your husband. All right. Be very careful of him. That guy is never going to be thinking of anything good towards you at all. He wants to enslave you, wants to continue to eat his cake and still have it. All right, so the telephone is still open. Telephone number is still open by the grace of God. For those who will still love to call in, I believe strongly that a man's supposed to be the breadwinner of his home, and the woman's supposed to be a helpmate unto him. That's why we need to carry our wives along through the journey of our lives. Open up to your wife, talk a lot. You know, the issue is so very simple to actually keep a woman happy. Very, very simple. All the request for, I'm telling you, if I put them on the spot right now and say, okay, let's just do it. I want women, please call in. I want women to call in. I want like about 3 women to call in. What do you guys really want? What are you expecting from women? How do you want us to live with you guys? What are the things that you're actually expecting that will actually keep peace in the relationship? I want 3 women to make that phone call in quickly. Tell us, what do you want? What exactly do you want? I want you guys to make the phone call in. I want the men to listen to your voice when you're saying it. What are those things that you want that will keep you quiet and happy? Oh, it's very difficult to make a woman happy. Is it difficult to make you guys happy? You know, what are the things that you guys are expecting us to be doing? What do you want from us? How do you want us to live with you guys? You know, so I want to hear that stuff. I think this is a very first phone call here. Hello?
Hello, sir. Good morning once again, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Yeah.
What do we want as women?
Uh-huh.
In marriage, we want you men to be open. We want to be naked and not ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
And that means to be open to us in everything. Open communication.
Okay.
Love us.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us. Let us know your mind. Let us know what is going on in your life. A lot of the times, Nigerian men, their women are just in the marriage with them. They don't know nothing about them.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the things that is killing Nigerian marriages.
Yeah.
To very much.
Thank you. God bless you, ma'am. All right. I'm still going to be waiting for another caller to come in. All right. Somebody is calling here right now. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Pastor Stella.
Yes, hello, madam.
Yes, good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to contribute to your program.
Mm-hmm.
You are asking, it's on 2 sides. I want to contribute to the 2 aspects you are addressing, the abuse, and you are asking a question about what women want in marriage.
Yes, I want us to know. I want the men to listen to it. Yeah.
So, a lot of people have this stereotypical idea prescribing what women should expect, which is totally wrong. We women, we have our mouth, we know what we want.
Okay.
Nobody should be telling us that, oh, this is what you should want. No.
Okay.
We know what we want. We want, first of all, that same respect that men ask for in marriage.
Yeah.
It is not only for men alone. It is for both sides.
Mm.
I tell people when I got married that, you know what, don't tell me that a woman wants love, man wants respect.
Mm-hmm.
No, that respect don't go. That's what I want. I want to be respected in my marriage. The same thing you have, I want it. Give it to me. The fact that the Bible just made it that way doesn't mean that they are mutually exclusive. A man wants love too, don't they?
Of course, we both do.
That doesn't mean, oh, then you give me love and then I don't deserve respect. You give me love, you give me respect. I give you love and I receive respect too.
You reciprocate.
So, exactly. First of all, in any relationship, respect is very paramount. You may not even love me, but you may respect me.
Yeah.
The purpose of that is, it's not everybody, like if you meet people along the way, even in work environment, respect is key. Any relationship without respect is going to go down. It's very important. So number 1, I want respect. Number 2, I want to be heard.
It's being heard. Being heard is part of respect too, madam. Am I right?
Yeah, yes.
Because if I respect you, I will let you have a voice. You'll be able to talk.
Okay, yeah, I know to that extent, but we can also talk about communication separately.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the aspect that, oh, because of submission, then, oh, I'm like your big child. I'm not your child. Right. You can give orders and control children. I'm not your child.
Yeah.
Men should get that. Women are not children. We don't order them around.
Yeah.
It is a partnership. Then if you now, I believe in submission too. But submission is not subjugation. It's not oppression.
Yeah.
And in the Bible, in fact, a lot of these great men in the Bible, look at Abraham and Sarah.
Yeah.
And look at her. In fact, she was the one. I'm not saying you should take over the marriage. But a lot of things they were doing, they were listening to their wife.
Yeah.
Even when Abraham went to take the second wife, Hagar, her slave or Sarah, it was the woman that said it. It wasn't Abraham. Like he was listening to her. And when Abraham received the 3 visitors, the visitors that came, when God visited him.
Yeah, the angels that came, yeah.
The angels, look at him. He didn't just say, Sarah, go and prepare the food. He was a leader who went first to get the meat. Then he delegated the responsibility to Sarah to go and prepare the cake. They were both working together.
Yeah.
It wasn't that somebody is sitting idle, putting his feet on the table and watching TV. And somebody is slaving in the kitchen.
Yeah.
No, people have twisted the Bible. People were not enslaving their Bible, wives in the Bible.
No.
We have brought the African culture, replaced it with the Bible.
It's not even African culture, man. Our fathers helped their wives.
Exactly. So 2, apart from respect, I want to be heard.
Yeah.
Then 3, I don't want to be controlled.
Wow.
I don't want to be controlled. There's, in the presence of God, there is liberty.
Yes.
The fact that I'm married now doesn't mean my husband becomes my God.
Mm-mm.
He's not my God.
Mm-mm.
He is my husband. We still have a God that controls both, and God is not even controlling. God doesn't control anybody.
He gives us free will. Yeah.
Yes. Then we will make our choices.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what a husband should do too. He should let us know the vision of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Then a good wife will go with the vision, but we
Yes.
still have choices.
Mm-hmm.
We still have choices. I should be able to move around. I should be able to hang around with my friends.
Yeah.
I should be able to, I will have a priority that my home comes first. My husband and my children come first when I'm thinking of what to do.
Yes.
So in summary, I just feel those 3 keys
Yeah.
are
Very
things I
important.
want to say.
Yeah.
Then on the second part of it that I want to talk about, you know, a lot of people are suggesting in this forum that the lady should go and get an order of protection or restraining order. I want to talk about that. I know a lot in that area. I want to say that she still has to be very careful regarding that. At times we think the law is ultimate. No. That restraining order is just a mere piece of paper. If somebody wants to kill you, God forbid, they will kill you regardless of that paper.
Of course, you're
that
right.
paper does not hold their leg.
Of course. And you will be dead before they go to jail.
Exactly. So regardless of whether you have that paper or not, and I will tell you, I once got that order of protection. I tell you, he went back to that house to look for me to kill me.
Wow.
Thank God I ran out. They
Wow.
had warned me. He went there and he was calling people and saying, does she not have order of protection? So a man that wants to kill you will kill you. So you have to protect yourself. That paper is just a mere piece of paper.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Pastor Sola.
God bless you. Thank you for calling. God bless you, madam. Wow. That was beautiful. Fantastic explanation. Now, I'm still expecting women to call in. What do you guys want? What do you guys want? How do you want the men to treat you? How do you want them to treat you? What do you think will bring peace into marriage? If this is the way I want you guys to treat us, this is how we want it to happen. Are we supposed to continue to be? You see, one thing I found out is a lot of African women love a man that can bully them. They love a man that can bully. When they see a fine boy that is too gentle, they don't like gentlemen. You know, this one is just looking like Odoyo. They like a man that can bully them and say, they say, yeah, this guy is in control. And then that's what we believe. We believe that you love us to be like a wounded lion. That you want us to be the one that will be in charge and actually bully you and intimidate you and do all manners of things. Because that's what we see. Sometimes we want to be gentle, but we see that you women don't like gentlemen. You think those ones are Odoyo. So you want the one that is bold, the one that can control, the one that can roar, and all kinds of stuff. So we believe that you guys want a kind of an iron hand. I'm just saying my own. All right, so we want to. Okay, let me pick this call here. Hello? Hello? This person is just coming in and cutting off, coming in and cutting off. All right, telephone number is there, 405-550-5135. I want to listen to you women. The men wants to listen. What do you guys want? What do you want? Do you guys want us to be a bully? Do you guys want us to be firm? You want us to be tough? You want us to speak like a tough warrior? Or you want the Odoyo, the ding kind of man that will just be doing yes ma, May a good man bless you, ma. I love you, ma. Is that the one you want, or which one do you really want? All right. The Nigerian women want the bad boys. You want to marry the bad boys. When the good boys come to you, you don't want them. You don't want the good ones. You want the bad boys. All right. The telephone number is 405-550-5135. If you want to make that phone call in quickly, you can do so. If not, the time is 12:52 right now on the PM side. I will believe women want a gentle lion, kind and loving. How can a lion be gentle? A lion can't be gentle. You can't eat your cake and have it. A gentle lion can still kill you. A gentle lion can kill. Understand? So you can't have a gentle lion. There is nothing like that. All right, let me pick this one. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, Pastor Shola, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. You want to contribute on the show?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I want to contribute on the show.
Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, God bless you for this program. God bless you.
We thank God.
Talking about the abuse aspect of it. Some men, they will stay in America for like 10 years, 5 years, then they will now go to Nigeria and pick their wife, bring their wives to the country. But while they are in the country, they refuse to utilize themselves for a good purpose. Most of them end up being a taxi driver, driving TLC in New York, or doing Uber in New York, or driving DoorDash. Then maybe the wife they got married to in Nigeria is a young lady. And when the lady comes to America, maybe she's learned, that's when she will now want to go to school. Why you as a man, during that period that your wife was in Nigeria, why don't you go to school and be useful to yourself? Then after training the lady, you will now want to be a warlord on her. That is very bad. It's very bad. It's very bad. Now, what do women want? What do we want?
What do you want? I want to know what you guys want.
Good. According to other women, that women need respect.
Okay.
Yes, we all need respect. As a woman, I need respect from my husband.
Now, let me ask you this. The former caller too said something about respect. What is your own definition of respect? How do you see respect? Whenever we say respect, what comes to your mind?
Yeah. What comes to my mind about respect in my own aspect is this. Publicly, my husband should show me respect within his family. As a wife. Then number 2, I should not carry more of the load, the burden in my marriage. I should not have it more on me. The man should show some respect by taking some burden of that load from me. Most women, once they will try to help their husband in terms of need, you will see the man move the whole need upon the woman. Yeah, assuming now, I want to start buying rice for my husband, a bag of rice in the house. You will discover that my husband will stop buying that rice. He will stop buying all those things. He will push it on me. And whenever I want to complain, the next thing will tell me, are you not earning salary? Are you not earning salary? You understand what I'm trying to say? Then,
I got
Number two, we are talking about our trust in marriage. Some of us, our husbands are not open to us in terms of their financial brand. They are not open to us at all. But they want to know what we have, but they don't want us to know what they have financially. Each time you ask a man, you need this, the man will tell you, I don't have. There's no time a man have money. no time the man has money. But the woman is the one that will do all and all in the house.
We don't have money. Oh.
You people have money. You men, you have. But you pretend not to have. You have money, you pretend not to have. And it's not good. It's not good. Okay. The other one talking about the Bible. She's talking about the Bible. When Sarah told Abraham to let Hagar leave, God also told Abraham, respect your wife. Yeah. God told Abraham, respect your wife. Your wife has asked this lady to go. Let her go. Let her go. So, in the case of that woman, if I am that woman, I will make sure I involve the police before I will become the pastor that killed his wife last year.
Yeah.
Yes, before he become a corpse. A dead person cannot judge his case or her case. You understand?
I understand.
So if you want me, if you bring me from all the way from Nigeria to America, you are telling that you don't want to let me go because you are the one that trained me. If you train me, didn't you do the other part of it?
Which other part of it are you talking about? Tell me, I want to know.
You paid my bride price. You pay my price, I don't know so. All the while you are sleeping with me, because am I not a human being?
No, we are sleeping with ourselves now. Don't say that. No, we only, no, be the man alone they sleep with you. You two they chop the thing now. I mean now, you know. I mean, I do me, I do you now, madam. You won't collect money for that one. Make you no collect money for that one, no. I do hear.
The men, they should give us regard as a woman.
Of course.
When you are training us, you have to train yourself.
That's true.
Yes, when you are training us.
It is well, madam. People are calling in. Let me pick up some other call, please.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello, Pastor Sola. How are you, sir?
I am good, and you?
I'm so happy that you said that, and that we are. I just got you around.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, mo dún mi àdúyò ni o lè máa gbowó lórí ẹ̀.
The way a man say, "I bought you, I do this for you, I give you paper."
Yeah.
So I like the way you take that lady. That I just got you around.
Gbàgbé.
We women, so we have our own.
Àbídà.
Yes. The way they say it is, I would like you to respect me, and I respect you. Yes, respect is, and I would like you to love me the way I love you. I just want you to respect me, love me, and don't put every family like out on me. Not always do that. Like the children, they want to be buying things for you, and they will have the money. They won't want to support you.
Yeah.
So look at those children. Don't, because a lot of African women, man, think they do you a favor for even having children for them.
Yeah.
And if they're children, you have to support your children. You understand what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. So that's what. And for that lady you are talking about, I don't know. Have you talked to the man? Because sometimes maybe it can be, if you do this thing for them, maybe it can.
Maybe you came late. Yeah, the man reported the wife. It's not the woman that reported to me. The man actually reported.
Okay.
So I now got in touch with the wife just to listen to the other side of the story. Yeah, and that's why I'm bringing those stuff to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, madam. God bless you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, the telephone number is open right now. Some people are bombarding me with calls. So you want to make that phone call in, you can go ahead and just do so. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about sex, it's not like you yourself as a woman, you are not doing the man a favor by allowing him to have sex with you. All right, let's pick this call here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Pastor Shala?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Mm-hmm. You want to
All right,
contribute?
so, yes, sir.
Right.
So, Pastor Shala, if you're asking what women want, women want we may not really want a whole lot from our men.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard how people are talking about respect.
Yeah.
So now, listen to this, Pastor Shala. Without communication, there is no relationship.
Yeah.
Most of our men, they don't communicate with us. They don't tell us nothing. Yet other people outside know every of their businesses. We don't. Their families, their friends, side chicks and everybody. But we in the house, we don't know. And then, and without that same respect, there is no love because love is respect. So if you don't love someone, there's no way you can respect that person. And then without trust, there is no reason to even continue. Now,
Let me ask you this too, like I asked the other lady. To you, how do you define respect?
respect
Because you see, I really want us to know, men. I need us to know when you women say you want respect. How do you want me to respect you? Am I supposed to be bowing down to you? Am I supposed to prostrate and greet you in the morning, say "Karo mommy," or what? How do I respect you?
No, sir. Pastor Shala, respect is love.
Uh-huh.
It's love.
Okay.
When you love, if you love yourself, you know that you love yourself. You can't do no harm to yourself.
Okay.
You can't do anything that is negative to yourself.
Okay.
But these are the men that will be doing everything negative, and yet they sometimes they want to pretend to tell the world that, oh, I love her. It's just that she's crazy. But if you love someone, then you know that, you know how it's been said, do unto others as you wish others to do unto you.
Unto you,
Whatever
yeah.
they are doing to the women, they can't even take it.
Yeah.
They cannot take it. So why are you dishing it out?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say respect is that, okay, let's say, for me, it's even love more than even the respect.
It's the same thing. Actually, the love is the respect too. Anyway.
Thank you, I know. You understand? So when you love this woman, she knows that you love her. I'm telling you about over, I don't want to say 100%, but over 90% of the women, when you got their back, Pastor Shola, you have already won. But when you don't love her, you don't do nothing to show that you love her because love is action. Love is not a word, it's an action. So God so loves the world that he gave his only begotten son. So when you love, there's always a giving. But then you don't show nothing. So how? And then now, if there's no trust because they don't communicate with us, they don't tell us anything, how do you want us to continue? You understand?
I do. I understand.
So, then another thing again is, as a man, there are 3 P's, or would I say 4 P's? First of all, you have to protect her. You have to protect her from in-laws, from your brothers, sisters, every other person. When you're protecting this woman, she knows that you got her back, and it's part of loving her.
Okay.
You have to profess it. Hey, baby, I love you. You look good. No compliments. Our men don't give us compliments. Jack. You're supposed to provide for us. Now, the provision, we all live in the diaspora. We know how it is. I'm not a crazy woman that I will let everything my husband provides for me. No. But, Pastor Shela, I also have a question for you. If a man is bringing in, we are bringing in, but you don't even know how much he is making, yet his family back home, friends here, side chicks are benefiting, yet you are the one doing most of the things. How? I don't know. Is he really providing? Then you have to also project her. You need to project your wife. Like, you need to PR for her. Public relations. Yes, no marriage is perfect. But then you don't have to go and demonize her, oh, she's XYZ, because of her little faults here and there, of which every one of us have. Even if you go bring another person, that person may even be worse than your wife. So these are to be honest with you, person, you don't need a lot. Just simple things of life.
Simple things of life.
Yes, But this thing the men do it, but they don't want to do it because upbringing, they've occupied a lot of things. But it doesn't take a lot, especially.
Mm.
Women, a lot of women, we are reasonable.
Mm.
All we want is just love us. Just love us.
Mm.
Just love us.
We will. We will love you. Don't worry. We will love you.
So that is my only two contribution.
All right. Thank you very much. God bless you, madam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. I think so many people are still calling. I'm gonna wait a little bit for that phone call to come in. But if we look at we're talking about respect and love, they go together. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. They go together. When you come to the institution of marriage, you cannot respect someone you don't love. We're not talking grammar here. We're not talking English here. We're talking about revelation here. And we're talking about relationship. You cannot love someone you don't respect. You cannot love someone. You cannot respect someone you do not love. They go together. There must be love in the foundation of a relationship. All right? And then because you love that person, you will respect that person. And that's why the Bible says, husband, love your wife, and wife, submit to your husband. Let me pick up this call. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello?
Hello. Good morning, Pastor Shela.
Good morning.
Good evening. Good evening here. Anyway, but good morning.
All right. Good afternoon.
I would like to contribute to the show, please.
Mm-hmm.
About the question that you asked, that what do we really want as a woman? I heard a lot of women saying we want respect, we want support, we want an honest man and love.
Yeah.
Yes, we can say we want all that, but my own definition of respect would be quite a little bit, I don't know, maybe different to other people's view. I would just be really direct and be saying I want one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think what every woman should want. It's a lot of respect. Respect it goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe if you respect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then a man will respect you.
Mm.
Like the saying goes, you don't demand for a respect, you earn a respect. So as a woman, we don't just have to carry that in our head and say, I'm a woman, you have to respect me.
Mm.
What are you standing up for as a woman? You have to be standing on something. You have to be somebody. You have to be something. Like a caller said that why can't the men go to school, educate themselves, and be more useful rather than being a sexy man and all that, and enslave the wives that they brought back from Nigeria or anything. Yes, we're asking them to be somebody so that we can give them the amount of respect that they're demanding for. But what are we women, as us as a woman, are we for that man to give us the respect? Because if you're, standing on something and you're up, okay, up there, you know your worth, you respect yourself. Any
Mm-hmm.
man that comes your way, we have no other choice than to respect you. And when we demand respect, I think we're asking for love, we're asking for care,
Mm-hmm.
we're asking for honesty, loyalty. We're asking the man to be truthful, to be supportive as
Mm-hmm.
well. So, because if you respect me enough, you will be able to be loyal to me. You'll be able to trust me enough to tell me anything. You'll be able to be honest, to open. You will communicate, which you'll be able to trust me, because that's all part of respect. But if you have no amount of respect for a woman, then you will have no love or care or trust or be loyal to that woman. So when we are asking for respect, I want the man to understand, or the men to understand, that we're not asking you to say, good morning, ma. We're not asking you to say, what do you want to eat, ma? We are not trying to turn you into a dummy boy in the house. We're actually wanting you to be a man, respect yourself enough to respect me as your woman, and know that I know my worth, but can you respect my worth?
All right. Thank you very much, madam, for sharing with us. We Really appreciate that, breaking it down to us. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye. Now, I want to quickly just give us a little, um, um, like a little lecture quickly. You see, the Bible, when God instructed the man, said, love your wife, and for the woman, submit to your husband, he's talking about the makeup, the language that a man will understand and the language a woman will understand. When God said, husband, love your wife, it's the same thing as submit to your wife. It's the same thing as respect your wife. It's the same thing as honor your wife. The language that a woman will understand is love. Love is a woman's language. All right? Women always love to say, I love you. And then you say it back to them, I love you. They always want you to say, I love you, because that's their language. But it's not just about saying it, it's about acting the love. So when you are acting love, you will respect a woman, you will honor a woman, you will cherish a woman, you will provide for a woman, you will protect a woman. That means you love that woman. You will listen to the woman. The woman will have a voice. It means you love that woman. So when the Bible is talking about husband love your wife, it's talking about all of these things, because where we come from in Africa, we believe love is just banging something. When I'm banging you, it means I love you. That's not what it's talking about. When you look at love, all right, love is deeper than what you think. All right, so it's the language of a woman that God is trying to put in the mouth of a man. God is trying to make a man to see this is how your wife will understand what you're doing. It must be packaged in love. The respect is in love. The provision is inside of love. The protection is still the same inside of the love. So that is exactly what he's trying to say. Love is the language of a man. And because of the ego of a man, God is now telling the woman, submit to the man. Because the only language a woman understands is submission, because of his ego. Because of his ego. So that's why God is saying, women, submit, because that's the only way you can feed the ego of a man, make him feel so important, make him feel so respected, make him feel so honored. A man is more like a king. All right, we want to be in charge. So when you submit, that language, submission, we understand that submission. But women, we did not know that God has already tied our hands up already by saying, love your wife. If it's possible for us to take a little time to study what love is all about, you will find out that God is saying the same thing. The same instruction he gave to the woman is the same instruction is given to the man. So the same instruction all the way. All right? I want everybody to just know that. Just know that. I don't want you to misunderstand anything. All right? Don't misunderstand anything. Always remember that God, what he wants to do is for the two of you to love each other. And that's why he said, submit unto one another. Submit unto one another. Let the husband submit to the wife, and the wife submit to the husband. Let the wife submit unto the man submit to the woman. Let the woman love the husband, and the husband love the wife. Let the man respect the wife, and the wife respect the husband. So it goes both ways. Marriage is partnership. There is nothing you can do about it. You have to make sure that you understand the word of God. All right? So that's exactly what he's saying. So for every one of us, we are arguing this or arguing that or arguing it. The moment you are not getting what you are supposed to get in a relationship, you are going to be deeply affected. And that's what I'm telling you. If you are in a relationship and your life is about to be taken away from you, don't listen to no pastor. Don't listen to nobody. The best thing for you to do, seek for a professional counselor or counsel. Let them counsel you. If you are meant to leave that home, do it, so that you can actually live your life in peace. Marriage is not a requirement to make it heaven. And being divorced is not a requirement of you going to hell. That's not a ticket that will take you to hell. All right? Marriage has got nothing to do with you making heaven or whatever. And divorce has got nothing to do with you going to hell at all. I just want you to understand that, and then you can actually take it home and think about it. What women want for men to follow is the 10 Commandments. No, we don't want to follow 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments is not for Christians. It's for people in Judaism. That's for people in Judaism. It's different. What God wants for Christians is for us to love God and love our neighbor. Love God, love our neighbor. That's Christianity. Those are the commandments for Christianity. Love God and love your neighbor. And that one for 10 Commandments is for Judaism. How do you submit when a man don't fulfill the part of the Bible that men love your wife and wife honor and respect your husband? You as a Christian woman must first of all make sure that you connect with God and find the right person, the mind of God to get married to. All right, don't just get married to one boy that's just jumping all around that doesn't know the scripture. So marry people that are actually inside of God. Marry people that believes in God. Marry people who already committed their life into the hands of God. Marry people that are actually being led by the Spirit. Those are the ones that you need to marry. All right, don't be jumping all around looking for 6 packs. Don't be jumping all around and looking for fine boy all around the place. That's where we enter into problem. And when we finish entering into problem, we now start crying. All right, so look for the best.
Ẹ̀yin lọ sàtọ̀ Jésù òmòrè ẹ máa kú ìtọ́jú mi. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. Òmòrè ẹ máa kú ìtọ́jú mi o. Ẹ ṣé gan ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. Òmòrè ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi.
Now, let me quickly just address this. You see, when you're talking about Christians, let me look at your name again quickly, so that you won't be misunderstanding stuff. Deo Dai Blam Bam Bam, or I can't pronounce it. Because they go to church, that's not why they're Christians. When you want to talk about somebody who is a Christian, someone who is baptized by the Holy Spirit, they have given their lives to God. Because you are a pastor doesn't mean you are a Christian. Because you are a praise worship leader doesn't mean you are a Christian. There are carnal people inside of church. So don't just use Christian because they go to church. I'm talking about people that have regenerated, are people that they have encountered God. Those are people we call Christians. There is even between a churchgoer and a Christian. All right, that's what I want you to actually see. People who are born again, Christians, they treat their wife nicely and correctly. All right, they're different from people that just go to church. Going to church alone doesn't qualify you to be called a Christian. I've preached about it many times in my life. All right.
And
how do you know a Christian is by their fruit? The way they treat their wife, the way they treat their children, the way they treat you, the way they respect people that are around them will show that these ones are Christians. The way they relate with you, the way they smile, the way they respect you, you will see it in their attitude, and that's when you will know this one is a Christian.
gbèsè ọpẹ́ mi pọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó sì wọ́n tí mo lè ṣe Jésù gbogbo ẹ máa kú ìtọ́jú mi. Ẹ ṣe kan wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. Ọ̀rẹ́ o, ọ̀rẹ́ àná ọ̀rẹ́ òní o. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. Ọ̀run lára ọ̀pẹ mi yára ní kùtù. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. Èmi nìkan ló yẹ. Kò lè yé ẹnìkan bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ìdí tí mo fi yin bàbá. Jésù nìkan ló yẹ. Èmi nìkan ló yẹ lóye. Èmi nìkan ló yẹ. Kò lè yé ẹnìkan. Kò lè yé ẹnìkan. Kò lè yé ẹnìkan. They will never understand. Ìdí tí mo fi yin bàbá. Listen now. They don't understand. Kò lè yé wọn. They can never understand. Kò lè yé wọn rárá rárá o. What the Lord has done for me. Ohun tó ló wá ṣe fún mi o. Only me understand. Èmi nìkan ló yé. I will raise my praise. Mo máa yan Olúwa o. I will raise my worship. Mo máa gbé Jésù mi ga o. Because what God has done for me. Ohun tó ló wá ṣe fún mi o. Èmi nìkan ló yé. Èmi nìkan ló yé. Èmi nìkan ló yé. Èmi nìkan ló yé. Kò lè yé ẹnìkan. Kò lè yé wọn. Kò lè yé wọn rárá. Kò lè yé wọn. Ìdí tí mo fi yé bàbá. Jésù nìkan ló yé. Èmi nìkan ló yé. Èmi nìkan ló yé. Kò lè yé ẹnìkan. You help me to finish this one. Ìdí tí mo fi yé bàbá. Jésù nìkan ló yé lóyè. Chineke kigwe. Inaputara. Fernando no nasobu. Akabe yegele. Ekeloma kamgeye. I love this. Otutama, hey. Abundi so kamkabu. Hallelujah. Hidi ngozi na iduku. Karame Chineke. Kamketo keli megi. Okwagi sili ke buru miwa. Okwagi sili ke buru ke mo mare. Kamketo keli megi. You help me to sing this on the phone. All around me. He will take you. He will correct you. He will know just he will lead you. All around me. Now we're singing this way in the east. I have a very big God. Come on. He's all about my son. I have a very big God. All right, come on. Raise your voice. Say, I have a big God. He's always by my side. A very big God. By my side. We serve a very big God. He's always by my side. Someone give it, say, I do better, Baba. Who won't be? I want to be Baba. This is Amala. Hey, love. Hey, ẹ̀yin lọ sàtọ̀ Jésù òmùrè ẹ máa kú ìtọ́jú mi. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. Èmi mo re Jésù o. Ẹ ṣé gan ni Oore rírí jẹ́ ẹ kú ìtọ́jú mi. rírí mo rírí náà Jésù.